Axis Bank has come out with its quarterly results, and if I can just take you through the numbers, their net profit stands at 5,090 crore rupees versus NDTV profit estimate of 5,956 crore rupees. And net profit is down 26.4% is what we can see right now. Gross NPA stands at 1.46% versus 1.57%. And now we are being joined by my colleague Vishwanath Nair, who tracks the sector there. Vishwanath, what are you making of these numbers?
Yeah, so clearly the provisioning impact is hitting the net profit. If you were to see the provisioning number year on year, it's up about 61%. Remember in Q1, Axis Bank had said at that point in time that they had changed the way that they were classifying NPAs as well as providing against them. And that is why in Q1, they saw a one-time technical impact of those NPAs. However, it's surprising then that Q2 has also looked bad, especially after, if you look at the gross NPA figure, that's actually come in better, roughly 11 basis points better than what was there in the June quarter. Net NPA also remaining largely flat. So the provisioning increase, we need to look a little bit deeper into the numbers and try and find out where that additional provisioning has happened. But apart from that, you've got net interest income actually coming in quite reasonably well. It's not as bad as one would have expected. However, profit impact is a serious sort of a problem. Actually, we have Ashutosh Mishra from Ashika Stock Broking joining us on this conversation. Ashutosh, if you can hear me, sir, what do you make of the numbers, the first cut?
The number is purely like on operational front, they have delivered a good set of numbers. Only this provision part, we need to understand how long it will continue. And we need to look at loan growth and other metrics. What is the plan of management on that front? That will be the key things to watch out for.
So among the disclosures that they've made, about 1,230 crore of one-time standard asset provisioning they've made in Q2. I'm trying to figure, is that enough to push the number higher?
That may be case of, yeah.
Okay. Coming to the asset quality scenario there, gross NPA has actually improved 11 basis points odd. Do you think then maybe that technical issue that was there in the first quarter is no longer playing out?
Yeah. So they may have increased the provisioning buffer further this quarter. That can be one of the reasons for this increase, but we need to go into that part of it. But for me, most important things will be what is their focus on the growth front and how they see the NIMs in H2, because H1 we all were expecting NIMs to remain under pressure out there. And as there is one more, at least given the inflation growth trajectory, at least one more rate cut will be there. So how the banks will handle that part that is important to watch out from here.
Let me look at where the advances and deposits are now. Of course, we don't have that many figures available, but the expectation was about a 10% increase in advances and deposits. Are you sure that the bank will sort of hit that figure?
I think so. That I also don't have that number readily available at this point of time with me, but that will be the important to watch out. But and how what is the guidance on the bank on that front and which segment they are, that will be the key things to watch out.
Ashutosh, another problem that has been sort of uneven at Axis Bank is also the net interest margin figure. To your mind, how much of an impact on NIM can we expect further because of the rate cutting cycle still not getting completed?
So it will be relatively minimal in the third quarter onward, because impact of the CRR cut will start playing out from the third quarter. And even deposit repricing has been now gathered the pace. So because of that, we will find that performance on NIM's performance will be far better than the first half of the current year, in the second half.
So the NIM figure, it looks like 3.73%. Is that according to your estimates?
I think, yeah.
Close to what you expected
yes.
On the NIM front. Okay. Any further contraction is highly unlikely because Q3 you will have the impact of
It can be. Some contraction can be witnessed about, but the pace of contraction will be very less.
Oh, okay.
Because there is one more rate cut, so there can be, whenever that rate cut will come, at the next period or next quarter, we may see some further contraction, but the pace of that contraction will be not as high as what we have witnessed in the last 2 quarters.
Ashutosh, also one last point I wanted to understand from you. Going ahead, what exactly will need to happen at Axis Bank for us to see some kind of re-rating on the stock? Because the current numbers look not so great, not so bad.
So that's what growth is a very important. The bank has to return back on a growth path, and if they return back on a growth path, then other numbers are not very alarming on as such. But for the profitability to get back on a track post this NIMS compression, for that it is very important that they return back on a growth path. And
understood, Ashutosh. Thank you so much for joining us on this quick call right after the Axis Bank numbers have come in. I'll end the Axis Bank review for now, and I'll call back my colleague Himakshi.